Welcome to the Grap Coin YouTube channel. This is another film that contains ADA-related news. As can be seen, ADA is one of numerous altcoins experiencing consumer pressure. This is consistent with the behavior of Bitcoin. While they are bearing up relatively well in comparison to Bitcoin, they are also experiencing some degree of impact, albeit to a lesser extent than Bitcoin. Undoubtedly, ADA is also declining today. Despite the price decline, it remains above a micro support area that was discussed in previous videos. The value within this range is 44.2 to 47 pennies. This minor support area is critical for the yellow C situation in the yellow count, in which a diagonal price increase is possible. However, the price appears to be quite feeble, as we were unable to move above the 100% extension level of the initial rally and failed to breach support. This makes me believe that this is merely an educated estimate. The corrective rally that occurred between April 13th and April 22nd peaked at that time. Undoubtedly, we are commencing with a spectrum of potential outcomes and probabilities. Further price information may cause these to fluctuate slightly. Technically, I continue to believe that it could form a diagonal, but this B wave of wave 3 in the yellow scenario is extremely deep and has descended significantly. Then the upward C surge would be required too. However, there is hope one final nadir may prove to be the last. As I've mentioned in previous recordings, the previous low may have ranged from 38 to 36.3 cents. The beginning of a C wave of the third wave to the apex is one example. Kindly be aware that there remains a possibility of one additional low that concludes the following Fibonacci span target zone. Essentially an overlap as well. We can monitor that small target area in the event that another low occurs, which appears probable at this time, given that it intersects with the 61.8 retracement level that is pointing in the direction of 36 cents. As I mentioned in yesterday's video, the white count becomes more critical as long as we maintain a price below 50.5 cents, given that the price decreased over the weekend. There does not appear to be any high. The high from last week is more thrilling than this weekend. This appears to be a 5-wave decline, therefore we have 5 down, which may be the A wave of wave 5 due to the concluding diagonal nature of this decline. This indicates that corrective structures are present in the subwaves. This could have been the B wave already, or it could have grown slightly larger before descending. Nevertheless, even if we construct A greater B, this appears to be resistance to me, as it should remain at approximately 50.5 cents and not break. Nonetheless, doing so could potentially rejuvenate it, which could be an apt metaphor. Then it is probable that the bulls will attempt to drive the price to the 1.38 extension, which is situated at 56.8 cents and serves as the third wave's initial optimal target. This should provide an overview of the levels to come. Which upside levels should be monitored, which levels should be breached, and which downside levels should be monitored to ensure unambiguous support for the yellow scenario. The price increased in 3 phases before declining in 5. Presently, it is diminished below the trend line. Subsequently, a negligible level of support at 44.2 cents would be attained should that level be breached. If the price falls below 44.2 cents, the probability of the yellow scenario occurring will diminish even further. At or below 42.2 cents, the yellow wave count is rendered null and void. The subsequent decline is more probable if it transpires subsequent to a break below 42.2 cents. A yellow figure, that is, unless it executes an unexpected maneuver, which is certainly conceivable but beyond the scope of this discussion. We have gathered to discuss the probability of its occurrence. As far as we can tell, we remain above the support level. Nevertheless, an upward trend has yet to manifest definitively, so be prepared for that. One more trickle, only it is not mandatory for this to occur, as we are currently situated within a more substantial support zone, exactly the yellow one, yet it appears that the downward pressure will persist. The bulls could then only halt the bears if the price rose above 50.5 cents. If you would like, we could take a respite. At this time, this is all I know about ADA. I hope you find it to be fascinating. The user expresses gratitude for their efforts. Please select like, reply, and join if you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching GrapCoin. Significant progress has been made in the past few years since this narrative transpired. In other words, that 5-wave move to the shock is precisely what we must observe before we can consider further decline. Much obliged.